Hey guys, welcome to the Prepping Preacher. I'm Brother Tim. I'm so glad you're here, man. I hope God's truly blessing you. Hey, had a lot of different comments and questions and emails concerning the coffee and what we would do in a grid down situation. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how you can do this without having to worry about electricity, so you can have that Java, that coffee in the morning. So stay tuned. This is Brother Tim. I'm the Prepping Preacher, and I appreciate you being here. Hey, if it's your first time, man, hit that subscribe button or ring that bell. But what we're about is we are pro-God, we are pro-family, we are pro-life, we are pro-guns, we are pro these United States of America, and that's the platform we stand on, and I appreciate everybody that's helped me get my voice out. But we also are trying to teach people how to prepare for hard times, and especially my brothers and sisters in Christ. And if you're not my brother and sister in Christ, man, I ask you now, come to Jesus. But what I'm talking about is getting ready for hard times. And this hard time, it may not be a zombie apocalypse, but it could be the loss of a job. It could be a grid down situation. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. If you haven't seen and been watching the news, everything's going on, and we may be looking at another shutdown the way they're talking now, but that's a whole nother video. But I've had a lot of emails and a lot of comments asking, well, what do you do in a grid situation when we talk about coffee? Because coffee seems to be a popular subject right now. What do you do with these old green beans here that I got? Well, I'm going to show you how, and we're going to take a page from the pioneers and we've been roasting and grinding coffee beans for hundreds of years now. And so it's nothing new, but we've forgotten the basics. And so I'm going to take you and show you how to do it. And we can roast it in just a simple iron skillet. And we can grind it in a little hand grinder. This is a small one that I can pack up real easy. So, and I'll put links down for all the equipment that I'm using down in the description. So stay tuned. All right, the equipment you need is a good colander wire one, a good wire whisk, your skillet, and of course your coffee beans and a fire source. Well, as you can see, the equipment is pretty basic, man. You need a fire source. That could be a propane eye. Again, do this outside because the smoke gets pretty rough in there. So do it outside. But in bad times, if people are marauding, as they call it, I'm telling you, you're going to draw people to you because, man, the smell of coffee is irresistible. But you need a fire source. You could use a rocket stove. You need a good skillet. I like the Lives. They're made here in Tennessee, and they're good quality skillets. You need a stainless steel whisk and a stainless steel colander there so that you can toss the beans and get them cool, because it's real important to get them cool. So that's the equipment you need. But again, it's not that difficult of doing this. It's really not. Now you'll see as the beans, you drop them in there, get that skillet hot, get it about 250, 300 degrees. Then also, oh, by the way, I use that silicone grip Lodge makes. It keeps you from burning your hand with that skillet. You could use a pot holder if you want, but I like the silicone, and I'll put a link down there below. But constantly stir this stuff now, I'm telling you, because they will burn and it'll turn it really bitter. And from what I understand, though, the greener or the blonder the roast, the more caffeine's in it. Now I'm going to speed it up here, so because this takes about 8 to 9 minutes to get what we call the second crack. And you'll hear the first crack, and what that is the moisture inside that bean popping, and then the second crack is all the moisture popping out of it, and you'll see the oil start being released, and you can see it starts to smoke pretty good. But these, like I said, this is really simple. Takes me, depending on the roast you want, I like mine dark and kind of a French roast, so it took about 8 minutes to get to that point where that smoke is. Now immediately I drop it into the colander, start shaking it. I'm speeding it up also to cool the beans. It's real important to cool them beans and to also get any chaff that maybe remain. You'll see a little bit of it stuck there. But cool off your beans, and then you will see what you got here. You see that how beautiful they are, black and just shiny as they can be. Now that's the way I like it. You may like it blonde, but after you've done that, well, then comes the grind. Now after you've allowed the beans to cool, now I put them in this. This is a little hand grinder. It's enough for about 2 cups is what we end up doing. I can put about a 1/3 cup of beans inside this grinder, to roasted beans inside of it. And so it's pretty basic and simple. This takes me a little under 2 minutes to get the grind that I want. You can adjust this one. I'm speeding it up again, but you can adjust this one for if you're wanting percolator or if you're wanting an espresso. And mine's kind of in between those two grinds. And 2 minutes is what it takes to get this thing done. And once you're done with it, you shake it ever so often to see if there's any loose beans, and there's what you got, man. Beautiful brown coffee. Well, guys, you saw how easy that was, and that way you've got your coffee no matter if the power's out or not. And it's an easy way to do it. And like we talked about, you can put these green beans in a Mylar bag and seal them up with some oxygen absorbers, and you can keep this stuff for 25 plus years and have it stuck back. Even if the stuff doesn't hit the fan, well, guess what? You've got the coffee put back, so you've got it. And the pricing, if it goes up, it doesn't matter to you because you've got it. So you've saved some money there. But if you've made it this far, well, God bless you. I appreciate it, your time. I do. And I just want to try to help you out. Always remember that you can leave prayer requests down in the comments. We do lift you up to our holy God. But guys, until I see you again, I pray God may richly bless you and that you'll continue to stand in that gap. This is the Prepping Preacher. Man, I'm out of here.